Welcome to the Hopeless Fan Podcast on Thursday, November 12th, 2020. Love Thursday shows, guys, even though it's dark as shit. It's fall as hell outside because it feels nice, but then it's dark at 5 o'clock. How we doing, Scotty?
Zack, how we doing? I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm doing okay.
Well, let's jump into it. We'll have Stand and Bunk of the Week. We'll have Start 'em, Sit 'em. We'll touch on the Thursday night football game. We'll do Boardwalk, Snake Draft Pick'em. We'll have some Tease and Thank You. Then we'll do Bachelorette Talk, an update on Zack and I's treasure hunt. Scotty, you can omit yourself.
Yeah, I'll leave.
When that occurs. Okay.
Fucking out
Again. All right. And then we'll finish it with a preview of what Zack's going to be challenging, taking on, I should say, in the food realm, which you can see on our YouTube later. Probably tonight. I'm not doing much. All right. Here we go. Stand of the week. Zack.
My stand of the week is Jenna, because we were sitting. It was
Jenna?
hilarious. I mean, it's not so good for her. My wife.
That's
we
for
were
our
sitting
audience.
on the couch, and we were watching. I was watching TV, and she was asleep, and she's dead asleep, and then she just like jolts awake, goes, and then throws up into her hand.
No.
I know, and it.
That's an L.
It was stand because it was.
I kind of like that now, Scotty.
It was really funny.
What's that?
That's an L.
Oh,
That's
I
an
know,
L.
right? It's good,
That's a
right?
dub.
W.
I kind of like it.
That's a stand, maybe?
It grew on
That's
me.
a stand.
But
It's because I watched streams. I got it from
But
the
that
streams.
wasn't the first time. That wasn't the first time that she's just randomly, not from being sick, just randomly thrown up. We were in the car one time,
Maybe
and
it's
she
like
was
an early pregnancy
She was
throw
laughing
up.
so hard that
fuck.
I think she just drank too much Starbucks. She was laughing so hard that she threw up in the car.
Oh. And she's fine now and wants to eat?
Uh-oh.
Zack.
She wants pickle juice.
Zack.
Uh-oh.
Zack.
Just call me Dad.
All right, Siri, point me to the nearest Planned Parenthood.
My stand of the week is NFL windows. 5 1 o'clock games this Sunday, 6 at 4 o'clock. Thanks to the Masters being on this weekend, it'll make all the windows real nice and juicy. But there's plenty of good games, good slate, even slate. It's not the kill yourself at 1 o'clock because you lost your bets, and then 4 o'clock you're chasing. You're probably gonna have some bets still alive by 4 o'clock because there's a nice even balance.
Maybe I have a whole ticket left of parlays, or
Maybe.
You know what?
You just have a 4 o'clock window ticket. I
Vegas
like that.
Vegas has to love this because they're like, how many people are gonna chase with some fucking crazy bet on the 4 o'clock games? Because usually it's like, I guess I'll just put something small on these on this 3-legger, but now you have a 5-legger. So many different possibilities. Man, yeah. My stand of the week is going to be the MLB for getting it right and naming Trevor Bauer the first pitcher in Reds history to win Cy Young. Easy stand.
Let's go. Please stay.
Yeah, please.
Please, I just got his jersey. Real quick, the 4 o'clock window parlay. 6 games. There's more games at 4 than 1. That's nuts. All right, Zack, who wins between the Bills and Cardinals?
The over.
No, who wins?
Arizona.
I didn't ask you, Scotty.
Arizona.
Scotty, I will ask
Bills.
you who wins between the Broncos and Raiders.
Fuck. Bills.
Bills will win that game.
I'm gonna actually take the Bills too. I think they'll win.
Broncos, Raiders.
Broncos and Raiders.
Broncos.
Money line.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Chargers, Dolphins. I think the Chargers win. Seahawks, Rams. Who wins, Zach? We're going in no order.
Seahawks.
All right. 49ers, Saints. Who wins, Scotty?
Saints.
All right. If we all put $5 on this. Oh, wait. I thought I said there were 6 games. Oh, this is bad radio. Oh, Bengals, Steelers doesn't have a money line. Okay.
Not
so
available.
Just those 5 games. If we all put $5 on it, 15 to win, 450.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Just something to keep in mind.
You gonna make me act up.
I mean, but like, what if,
Yeah, but like, what if we add just
Right?
like every game and just like
all right.
get it all right?
Zach and I did have a parlay where I tailed him, but I took out the Seahawks against the Bills.
God.
So my unit won 2.5 units. And
Ask me what my bunk is.
what is your bunk?
No, my bunk is Maryland's social distancing policies.
Yeah.
They have royally
Tough week for college
fucked
football.
us. Yeah. So many games. I don't know why they just straight up canceled this one. They didn't postpone it. Doesn't make sense to me.
Committee's going to get weird with this college football playoff because you got the whole Notre Dame Clemson thing and Lawrence playing, and then the Pac-12 USC might go undefeated, but they're playing like 3.5 games. Then you have Cincinnati, which should be probably number 1.
Yeah, number 1.
Probably should be 1 at least.
4 at best.
2 at the worst.
At least 1.5.
Probably a solid 1
at the worst.
Yeah. My bunk of the week was that I was watching It's Always Sunny, and I got to the point where Dennis leaves, and then I started the next episode thinking he was gone for good.
Oh, really?
And like I wrote down as this is my bunk, continued watching, and then he came back, so it left me kind of bunkless.
Did you like the sex doll that Matt got?
Yeah, that was funny.
The mouth is just
open all the time. I like how they all pretend that he's there and it's talking to him.
Yeah, I think I'm unfamiliar.
Scotty, bunk.
In true Zack fashion, my bunk is gonna be Zack for getting ratioed on Twitter. Zack, do you wanna explain what happened?
I didn't get ratioed. I got the opposite of ratioed.
I don't think he got ratioed because it didn't get that much attention.
Well,
but
yeah,
I mean, it was
ratioed is when you get more.
That's true, but he got ratioed.
Than likes.
He posted a questionable tweet, and that's why he's my.
I don't know if it was questionable. I think it was pretty funny.
Questionable,
also,
not
Zack,
questionable.
Not questionable.
I don't think so.
It's whatever. People float that.
I'm not the first one to use that
Yeah,
meme.
exactly.
Definitely not the first white person to use that meme.
I do like your idea
insights.
of because we don't get political here, but Biden's COVID advisor says maybe a 4 to 6 week lockdown, like the day after the Super Bowl.
Right.
I would love that.
Well, then we lose basketball.
Oh,
Boo. And then guess what?
Dayton's
March
gonna be third in the
Madness
A-10.
is gonna be here. It's like right after.
that's true.
Yeah.
That we get.
Right after March Madness,
I'd be okay with
just
that.
push baseball back 6 weeks.
Or-
It shouldn't be played. Shut up,
don't
Zach. I know
forget-
you're gonna say we'll just cancel it altogether.
The Reds are losing Trevor Bauer. Oh no.
Shut your mouth. But I did like your tweet. Deshaun Elliott said NFL partnered with Microsoft, but is he with the Ravens?
Yeah.
He said NFL partnered with Microsoft, but they can't get us the new Xbox for free. Is very sickening. And Zach just put a picture of Deshaun Elliott's salary above it, which is $2.6 million. He's complaining about the Xbox not being free.
But
yeah,
you probably just can't
Scotty,
get it, right?
You did your bunk.
Do I need a new bunk? No, that's still my bunk.
He said he wanted it for free.
Oh, okay.
It's not that he
Scotty,
couldn't
I
get
just
it.
forgot you did your bunk. All right, start him, sit him. We'll try this. Sit him. Who's your sit him, Zach?
My sit him is the Lakers for trying to think that the Spurs would take Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma for DeMar DeRozan. You guys are dumb. You'd have to give them like 1 million picks in addition.
Even Popovich ain't that delusional yet.
Exactly.
My sit-up is home field advantage because road teams in the NFL are 67 and 66 straight up, and they are 71 and 62 against the spread. And all the scores combined, the home team has outscored the away team in 133 games by 1 point. No home field advantage without fans. That's tough.
Yeah.
Scotty, sit 'em.
My sit-em is it being dark by 5:30 p.m.
Yeah, easy one.
But you know why?
It
It's
sucks.
only because I actually used to like it being dark at
Yeah, we mentioned this like a couple weeks ago. You were like, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I do. I kind of did, but
okay.
that was, because I'm a night owl. I like being up at night. So when I would come home and it was already dark, I felt like it was like cool. Like, but there's still like life going on. But now it's like I'm already inside all the fucking day. So being dark just is depressing. Like it shortens the day.
You make a good point because sometimes I'm like, God, it's so late, and then it's like, oh, it's only 8:30. I still got some time to do shit.
Right.
Time for myself, so that's cool. Another sit-up, blowing vape through your Xbox. So like that
think
was
that's a
going around
stardom.
where, yeah, it could be a stardom. You're right. It was going around that the Xboxes are malfunctioning, and then it was really just people were blowing vapes through them, and they were coming out the top. And Xbox was like, we didn't think we had to tell anybody this, but don't stick Tide Pods in your asshole. But yeah, so Xbox trending upward. Who's got a stardom?
I do.
Oh.
I was going to go with the new Call of Duty game coming out tonight. That was a little bit too easy. And then I saw who's going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And the first time I've been excited about a Super Bowl halftime show in a while.
Last year's was pretty good.
It was, but I wasn't excited about it leading
Justin
up
Timberlake's
to it.
was the
But
best.
what we got was tasty. The Weeknd. And I'm excited.
Oh, that's
I like
cool.
The Weeknd.
Cool.
I like the weekend too.
My stardom is not pretending to care or like golf just because the Masters is this week. Don't pretend you like golf because people actually care. Do kind of care about the Masters
golf.
And it gets some pub. Oh my goodness, you don't.
Would you have watched the Masters when there was like no sports and that was the only thing on? Would you have watched?
I watched.
Not if I couldn't bet on it.
No.
You can bet on it.
That's what I'm saying.
I did watch when Tiger was like.
Yeah, I did too.
About to win, but I wanted to see I want to see the last 1 minute of Tiger winning. That's it. I don't want to see the lead up to it because A, I don't know what's going on. B, I don't care. And C, I just want to see the celebration. Be like, oh yeah, you did it.
That's how I am with baseball.
Meet me at the what is it? Perkins. That's where the waitressy banged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Didn't even have the decency to go to a Bob Evans.
No.
Come on,
I
Perkins.
went straight to a filthy Perkins.
Yeah, dude. What are you doing inside of a Perkins if you're under the age of 59?
Scotty, start him.
Yeah, speaking of the Masters, I've never bet on the Masters. So my stardom is winning my first and only bet on the Masters. Go Brooks Koepka, right? Is that how you say it?
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, Brooks Koepka, he's
yeah, you know why? It's because I was watching Scott Van Pelt at night once, and he made like an impossible birdie. I don't even fucking know if that's what he made.
Dude, Brooks Koepka's also hilarious.
I like Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, you would like Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah, who's been awful so far, but and he's also like minus 120 to hit top 5 or top 10 or something.
He's fiery. I like it.
Yeah, he's on roids. And then Brooks Koepka did a gif of Kenny Powers freaking out because he's on steroids about Bryson DeChambeau, so it's funny. But I heard something that was like...
They said, Scott Van Pelt's friend said that he looks good. I was like, I'm putting money on him. That's all I need. That's all I needed.
What'd you get him at?
It's 21,400. So here we go
to win.
Because
I saw like
I got some top 5s too, and top 10s.
The Masters is so like it's popular to bet on because it's the Masters, and a lot of people will just like put money on a person to win, bet small, win big. Yep. But it's like I guess the sharp people attack like individual matchups.
God, fuck that.
Where you could do Koepka versus Rory McIlroy or someone
fuck
like that. But I feel like we're spending too much time on golf.
Yep.
All right. We'll go Thursday night football game. Does anyone have a pick for this game that's going to be in Boardwalk as a bonus or lock?
I actually put money on it.
I saw. But is it in your bonus or lock?
No.
Scotty's in your bonus or lock? All right. So we can just talk openly about like where we're leaning and whatever.
It's Tennessee all day.
Okay. So it's weird. Why is Tennessee a home underdog against Indianapolis? And I kind of wanted to, because Scotty, you asked that. I kind of wanted to give you some perspective of maybe why sharps and public.
Now, right?
Yeah, and Tennessee's been like historic on these rat lines. You remember they were -3 against one-win Minnesota team, or maybe they were winless at the time. They were 0-2, and they beat them by a point. And there were rat lines against Houston. They miraculously covered. They went down the field, scored a touchdown to force overtime, and then scored a touchdown in overtime. But Tennessee, it's weird because the last time the Bengals played, Burrow carved them, and they cut 2 of their defensive starters, in Jonathan Joseph and Vic Beasley. They were the worst third down defense in NFL history prior to last week. But then, what's a cure-all for that is they get to play the Bears. And the Bears went 2 for 15 on third down. Mm-hmm. So it was like, it was like a terrible basketball.
Cordero Patterson's not a big junkyard gainer.
Yeah, 3rd and 5, sweep to Cordero Patterson. It's like a bad pitcher facing the worst offense and throwing 7 innings and giving up 2 hits. Or it was that weird when Mike Fiers pitched a no-hitter against the Reds.
Fuck that.
In Oakland. Yeah, I know.
Quick parlay we like.
Yeah.
Reds and the over.
We 0 for 2. But yeah, so Tennessee doesn't get pressure on the quarterback, which is what scares me if you're a Tennessee backer. Mm-hmm. And if Phillip Rivers is kind of like Brady in a way where they're not mobile at all. And that's the only time I'll compare those two. They're not mobile at all, so your front four needs to get pressure on him. But if he can just sit back there and pick apart the worst third down defense in NFL history, that's what kind of scares me. And also Indianapolis' defense, you can just tell it's so different when they do have Darius Leonard.
How's the
so
run defense for
Indy?
For Indy.
Pretty good.
No, for Tennessee.
Yeah. For Tennessee?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't good against the Bengals, but it's like and I can
That's
get
the
you
Colts'
that
only hope in my opinion.
Huh?
That's the Colts' only hope, is to like control it on the ground. If Phillip Rivers has to win on the game, it's game over. You saw it against the Browns. You saw it against the Ravens. You saw it against, not the Bengals. I mean, he won it against the Bengals essentially. But who'd they play? I don't know. Anytime Phillip Rivers has to throw for 2+ touchdowns, it's not good.
Yeah, what I think we're seeing is a matchup of kind of two overrated teams because Indianapolis hasn't really beaten anybody, and they lose to, they lost to Cleveland, and they lost to Jacksonville, and they lost to last week to Baltimore and couldn't move the ball. Excuse me. And Tennessee's kind of the same way. Their biggest statement win was that Bills game where the Bills didn't even know who they were playing. And to answer your question, Scotty, Tennessee has like a middle of the road run defense. I think it's about It's like about 15 or 16. Indianapolis has the best run defense in the AFC against Derrick Henry, and it's noticeably different when Darius Leonard's in there.
I think Derrick Henry still manages. I don't know. There's something about Derrick Henry also on Thursday night. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. It's just something about the Titans, too, on primetime.
Yeah, true.
I definitely lean Tennessee just because it's kind of a fade the public deal. Yeah. But it's just kind of two overrated teams in terms of Vegas is what kind of scares me about
I have the over in a teaser,
we'll get into the one,
by the way.
Yeah, I like the over in the teaser. Okay, we'll get to Boardwalk. We'll start. It's also funny because I was listening to Around the NFL, and they're like really good at X's and O's and knowing the backups and the front office guys. But it's just funny how they go like, all right, locks of the week, and it's like their big deal is like, I'm locking up the Packers over the Jaguars, and it's like it's just so funny that like from a Vegas perspective, it's like from a gambling perspective, it's so funny. Then they're like, all right, we're taking the Ravens over the Bengals this week. I'm locking it up, and then a sound effect of like a lock. And it's just funny to me. All right, first game, Tampa Bay. We actually have an extra. We do 5 games plus a bonus and lock, so 7 picks total. First game, Tampa Bay, 5.5-point favorite in Carolina, over under 50.5. Zach.
I'm taking the. I liked the under 50.5, but that's mostly because this last game it was really supposed to go over and they didn't do anything. But I feel like Tampa Bay comes out swinging, so I'm going to take them minus 5.5 here. I like them by a touchdown. Tom Brady doesn't like being embarrassed, especially to Drew Brees. So I think Carolina's in a spot where it's not their fault, but there's nothing that they can do about
Carolina.
Bad spot to get Tampa.
Hey, Matt Rule. It's
bad
not your
spot.
fault. Don't do this to me, man.
Bad spot to get Tampa Bay after a loss, and a bad loss on national television without Christian McCaffrey. Scotty.
I'm also taking Tampa Bay minus 5.5. It's just simple math. Carolina put everything that they had at Kansas City to score 30, and Tampa Bay didn't really put in any effort to score 3 points. So, I mean, they have to score and outscore Carolina at that point. So, I mean, just math tells me Tampa Bay minus 5.5.
Because I had Carolina written down, but my problem is I'm not going to pick it because once McCaffrey's officially ruled out, I think this shoots up. So if you do like Tampa, probably bet it now. But I'm going to go with the under because as far as Tampa Bay's defense, it's about the 2 worst performances they've had all year back to back. They let Daniel Jones compete, put up 25 in a game that we don't talk about. And then, Drew Brees coming into their house on primetime, putting up all those points. And the problem is Teddy Bridgewater's been like a cover machine, and Tampa had lucky cover the last time they played Carolina. That was the Leonard Fournette broke a touchdown to make it a 14-point game. We needed that for the team total. So the line kind of reflects that. Tampa's at a bounce-back spot, so it's tough between Teddy, who's great against the blitz, and that's what Tampa Bay does. Todd Bowles might be cooking something up. That's why I take the under. All right, Philly, minus 3.5 in MetLife against the Giants with an over-under of 44.5. Scott?
I want to take Philly minus 3.5, but I'm taking the under 44.5 just because I took the over. I took the under last game and it hit. And I'm sticking with it. I just think both teams are kind of shitty. Giants tend to keep their games under too because Daniel Jones can't really do a lot, and their defense is like surprisingly good. So I'm taking the under there.
Daniel Jones has like 5 career wins, 4 of them against Washington. Zach, Zach, here's a pop quiz. Ready? So this line's 3.5. So what would the line be if this game was in Philadelphia, not in MetLife?
If it was in Philadelphia?
Yep. What would the line be?
Well, before you get, 3 points?
Before COVID.
So now, what do you get, probably a 1.5, so 5?
That would be on a neutral field.
Okay.
So what would it be in Philly?
What's what I'm saying is, are we saying, before COVID?
No, with your 1.5 theory.
Yeah. It's, okay, so we're going at home, so we take away the 1.5 and then add another 1.5, which would be 3, so it would be 6.5?
Correct.
Okay.
So it'd be Philly minus 6.5, but these two teams just played on Thursday night, and it was Philly minus 5. So last 2 weeks, Philly has not been a 1.5 better than the Giants. The Giants should have outright beat Philly if Evan Ingram catches that ball. Then they lost by 2 to Tampa on Monday night, and then they beat Washington on the road. Philly looked awful against Dallas and got a lucky cover on that touchdown on the fumble, and then they got the backdoor cover. And I just don't see how you can take Philly on the road because the line tells a different story of an overreaction for Philly kind of clicking and being the front runner for the division, where the Giants have kept multiple games close this season, and you can't lay more than a field goal with Carson Wentz the way he's playing right now. So I'm taking the Giants plus 3.5. Zach.
Same thing, man. Giants plus 3.5, I think. Philly soaring on Eagles' wings after 2 wins in a row. And it's all got to come crashing down because that's how things work for that city.
Giants money line.
I mean, I won't pick Giants money
I'm not
line because
against
I
it.
can,
Oh,
but
I know. But, yeah, money line watch.
Right.
Buffalo, another money line watch. Buffalo is a 2-point dog in Arizona. Big total, 56.5. Scotty.
Talk about frauds, and I like betting Arizona when I know their trends, and they're losing this game. I'm taking Buffalo plus 2. I think they are not as good. I mean, they had the one against Seattle, so everyone thinks that all of a sudden Kyler Murray's an MVP candidate, which, I love Kyler Murray, and I think that he's, a good quarterback. But I think the Cardinals are destined to, drop a couple here. I mean, they lost to the Lions in week 2, and then they dropped the next one. They after going 2-0 to Carolina. So exactly. So I'm taking Buffalo plus 2. I think Buffalo's more the real deal than Arizona is.
I'll go next because I'm also taking Buffalo plus 2 because mine's things on fraudulent teams too. Arizona, Scotty mentioned Detroit and Carolina they lost to, and this defense can get exposed when they're not playing Andy Dalton and Joe Flacco and Dwayne Haskins, and I guess we could put Jimmy G in there too because he was awful when they played the Cardinals. So Buffalo and their offense, Josh Allen, got back to what he was like at the beginning of the season with that performance last week against Seattle. I like Buffalo on the road. Zach.
Yeah, I'm gonna take. I love this over 56.5, which is why I'm gonna take the under.
Nice.
It feels like every time I'm in love with total, it's like these two teams are electric. You watch that. They're both their previous games, they were lighting it up on the offensive side of the ball, which leads me to believe that that's why this number's so high. So I'm going to take the under here. Nothing's ever gone wrong when I've taken an under.
Okay, next game. And I think we can probably say, because I've already went in our league and said this, that Nathan has COVID. Mm-hmm. And today I asked him, I was like, he didn't text me back. Texted him at...
Total Nathan move.
Texted him at 12:39. I said, do you still have COVID? If so, what's your best bet this week? I'm trying something out. And it was going to be to fade him, because with COVID, you get the cloudy mind. I thought if he wasn't seeing the board clearly, I would just flip his best bet. Yeah. And... yeah, so just full disclosure, he never texted back, so we can't get that information. But I thought it was a pretty good strategy.
Maybe he's dead.
Yeah, that'd be a bad beat for me if he was dead.
Right, yeah, we'd have to find somebody to take over his team in fantasy.
Yeah, that's tough. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Yep.
So Seattle at the Rams. The Rams are laying 1.5, over under 55.5. Zach.
I really like Seattle in the spot, obviously. I love Seattle. And I think that it was tough to watch that game for a number of reasons. One, because I like Russell Wilson. I want to see him win. and for another, I needed Seattle to win, and by a couple points. But yeah, I think they bounce back. If we want to talk frauds, I think the Rams are frauds. Other than a good defensive front, I really don't see what all they have to offer. It's one of those teams that I think they've been flying under the radar this season. Who really talks about the Rams that much?
No. Yeah. Well, you go to a Super Bowl, miss the playoffs. It's like next year we're not going to talk about the 49ers.
I couldn't even tell you what their record is right now. Do you know what it is?
The Rams?
Yeah.
It's like 5-2.
5-3. 5-2. 5-3.
Yeah, they're like the Colts of the NFC.
They are 5-3. They're a game.
Yeah.
This game they could tie. They would take the lead in the NFC West, I think, because Arizona plays too. So they.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, you got Seattle, Scotty.
Yep.
I do too.
Were you done, Zach? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was done.
Okay.
I have Seattle too. I don't like the Rams. I have their bet under 8.5 wins total in the season, so I'm just gonna reinforce that. And also Russell Wilson bounce back game and an MVP campaign.
Yeah.
It's a done deal, guy. Come on.
Sorry, Sean McVay. I'm just built different.
Well, this line is kind of telling you Seattle's overrated because
I know.
Why is the number one seed in the NFC?
Well,
because Rams are coming
this
off
is finally
a bye.
coming down. That's good for me, Seattle bettors, that these numbers are starting to line up with reality.
The losses against whenever Seattle wins, I think they cover, right? No, except Minnesota because they were 7.
Yep.
So it's maybe kind of a rat line alert, but it's so low it's almost pick 'em that you take 1.5 points. I would lean Seattle, but because Russell doesn't lose back-to-back games very often, if ever. But he also doesn't beat the Rams very often. He's 1-4 in the last 5 against Sean McVay, and the one win was last year on Thursday Night Football when Greg Zuerlein missed a field goal by an eyelash that would have won the game. And then the Rams, they're an underrated defense. Their defense, number 2 in scoring, number 2 in yards allowed, number 2 in points per play, number 2 in opponents' touchdowns, and number 1 in overall yards per play. And the Rams are so rested because they took 3 East Coast trips in 6 weeks. They finally got that bye, and they're also coming off a loss, that weird Miami game where their defense played well, but the offense couldn't hold on to the ball, and the Dolphins had basically 3 return touchdowns. So it's weird. That's why I'm leaning under. That's why I'm taking this big under at 55.5 because with Seattle, it's a division game. Scotty, you like to talk about how division games are usually hard fought and low scoring, and I agree here. And the Rams defense has kind of been underrated and definitely flying under the radar because they actually played good in an 11-point loss to Miami 2 weeks ago. And with Jared Goff, for a number 1 pick, he's not really lived up to that. I mean, I've seen him throw so many gutter balls after he lights up a bad team or something like that. So, and Seattle's defense can't get any worse than what they were last week. And Russell Wilson won't turn the ball over 4 times again. So I expect a close game, and I'm going to lean under. Sunday night, Ravens laying a touchdown and an extra point in Foxborough. Totals 43.5. Zach?
I am in love with this over.
Ooh.
I think it's insultingly low.
Okay.
Because
I kind of like it too.
I think that if you look at the Ravens defense, I think they are really exposed by the dink and dunk pass game, which is really all Cam can do.
Maybe that's where we disagree.
Okay.
I don't know.
And it's got a diverse run scheme, which I think is gonna kind of be a little. Paris Campbell, Calais Campbell is probably. I don't think he's gonna be playing. So Yannick Ngakoue has really not shown flair yet.
Who's never been much of a run defender.
Right. But if you look at the Patriots defense is still, I think they kind of lost their way, but they're still a solid unit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's going to be a lot of points put up, enough to get over that 43.5.
I think it's low enough that I'd like the over, but I love Baltimore -7 more.
Okay.
And the reason is Baltimore's just way too fast for New England. They have no speed on their defense, and New England can't stop the pass. Number 32 in opponents' yards per attempt, and New England's just slow on defense. And good running teams like the Ravens, you saw the 49ers gash the Patriots a couple weeks ago in Foxborough. And you're getting good value in Baltimore because New England just pulled out a win. Even though they didn't cover, they did win the game. And you're kind of thinking Cam Newton might be back. But every handicap I've heard about this game is about Lamar Jackson and Greg Roman. The whole defenses are calling out our plays. But I'm on Baltimore's defense. I'm on Baltimore's defense looking great against Pittsburgh, but being drawn in by Lamar's turnovers. And I'm in on the Ravens defense scoring a touchdown, only giving up 10 against Indianapolis.
And always having takeaways in every single game.
Yeah. So short fields for Lamar. I think Baltimore wins by double digits. Scotty, what do you think?
I agree with that. I don't think a close win over the Jets is going to like spark the Patriots season. I think Baltimore, without looking great, got it done against the Colts. And I think this is a good situation for them to kind of just, kick the shit out of Cam Newton's noodle arm. And, I'm taking the Ravens -6.5 or 7 or whatever that line is.
7.
Yeah.
Yep, we got 7. We got bonuses now, and I have Jacksonville and Green Bay as my bonus, and I'm going under the 50.5. Green Bay's schedule littered with...
It's just 50 now.
Oh, it is? Green Bay's schedule's just littered with teams that score. Minnesota, Houston, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans. Jacksonville's kind of the same way. Tennessee, Cincinnati, Houston twice, and the Chargers. So all those high-scoring games before, kind of inflate the total because when they make the total, they go back and look at what the average score per game is. And Sunday, you're looking at Green Bay and Lambeau, a 60% chance of rain and 24 miles per hour winds. And this new guy for Jacksonville, Luton, obviously no tape on him. That first week against Romeo Crennel and a bad Houston defense, but you throw him into the Wolves against Green Bay, which is on the prowl
Green Bay.
On the prowl right now at Lambeau.
It's cold there. My aunt was scraping ice and snow off of her car yesterday when it was 77 degrees
and
here.
60% chance of rain, 24 mile an hour per winds. I like a low scoring game, and maybe it's a sleepwalk spot for Green Bay offensively. So 13's a big number I won't touch, but I will touch an over or an under of 50.5. Scotty, a bonus?
Yeah, and these games are kind of tough, but I'm gonna take. I can't in good faith. I was thinking about the Chargers against the Dolphins, but I can't in good faith bet for the Chargers anymore. I just can't. They blow everything that there is to blow.
I had my exact same thought on that game because I like the Chargers.
I actually like the Dolphins, but this would be the one week that the Chargers would like.
That's a cross-country trip, bud.
Would finally, what?
It only matters when it's the Seahawks.
They ain't on trains. When did I say it mattered for the Seahawks?
You said the Seahawks don't play well on the East Coast.
No, I said they play extraordinary on the East Coast. They were 9-0 in an East Coast trip.
You were talking about sorry, Scotty. I really don't mean to interrupt you, but I have to call him out on this. You were talking about when you were talking about the Seattle Dolphins matchup.
Yeah.
You mentioned that it's a long.
It's the longest.
Right.
Yeah.
And they won that game.
They did win that game.
Yeah.
9-0.
And then
I liked Miami because it was a touchdown.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
and
Scotty.
The Dolphins are good. Sorry, Scotty. Go ahead.
I'm taking the Texans against the Browns.
We have ourselves a crossfire.
And my bonus is this game too. It's not the spread, but
what is it? Houston plus 3.5.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Scotty.
Yeah, I like them because I don't like the Browns. I think Romeo Crennel. I mean, it's not like they've been playing much better with him, but I mean, at least they're airing it out and letting Deshaun Watson go to work a little bit better or more. Sure, the Browns get Nick Chubb back, but I don't really know if that's going to make too much of a difference just because I feel like the Browns do better letting their team focus around one running back as the starter instead of like having to play two. It's the kind of the dynamic the Broncos are having with Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay. It's like, well, one's obviously better, but no one knows who it is.
I think it's Lindsay.
It probably is Lindsay. I don't know. But in this case, it's obviously, well, I don't know. Actually, Chubb and Kareem Hunt was really fucking good with the Chiefs, and he's played well in his absence. But I'm not even getting into that. It's Houston Texans plus 3.5 because I'm not a believer of the Browns.
So I bet this at the casino earlier today, or at the sports book earlier today. It was Cleveland -3, but I'll take 3.5 as my lock. Cleveland, they just lost. They had a bye week, so they're rested. Just lost in the muck to the Raiders, 16-6. Now they're going to have to play in another one. 80% chance of rain, 27-mile-per-hour winds against a dome team in Houston. Cleveland gets Nick Chubb back, and they get Myles Garrett back. They can pound the rock in those conditions. You know who can't? The Texans, because David Johnson is out. Duke Johnson will be the lead back this week. Trench warfare favors Cleveland. I'm on the Browns, -3.5.
right.
Zach, go ahead with your bonus and lock, because both of mine are out of the way.
All right. My bonus is the over 49 for this game.
For Houston,
Cleveland.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Listen to the aside from the rainy, mucky game at home, listen to the scores of these other home games. 35-30, 34-20.
Hold on. 35-30 was Bengals. 34-20 was Washington.
Yep. 32-23.
Indy.
Mm-hmm. Those are the other three home games, and then you have 16-6, which is because of I think that's had to do with the rain and game flow.
Obviously that wind was nuts.
So, and if you look at these two teams whose defenses I think are not swell, aside from every team that the Browns have played other than the Raiders has scored at least 20 points on them. So I think and the Texans defense, if you go and you look at theirs, especially in away games, how many points do they give up? Chiefs 34, Steelers 28. Titans 42, Jaguars 25. The fact that this is not 53 or 54 for that over-under is, I think, has to do a lot with Cleveland's game against their previous game.
And the weather coming in.
Sure.
Because it could be another mucky game just like the Raiders.
Sure. But I don't think that's really going to stop Deshaun Watson from throwing all over the place.
All right. Go into your lock.
And then my lock is going to be Monday night Minnesota Vikings.
Well,
-3.
Well, that'll be on our card. On Monday's show, we'll do that in Boardwalk.
I really like that game.
You
I
can
love
do
it.
Thursday night's game
on
Thursday's show, and Monday night's game we always do on Monday's show.
God, I know. I was just so excited about it.
Scotty can do his lock, and then it'll give you time to find yours.
Okay.
Scotty, your lock.
Yeah, my lock is going to be the over tonight.
Ooh.
Just because I want it.
I bet it.
I want it.
I bet it.
And I also have it teased over. So I like the Titans.
48.5 tonight?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I guess the lock that I'm gonna go with. Do we know if Big Ben is playing yet?
No.
We don't know, but it looks, and we do have a money line for the Bengals Steelers in the last 5 minutes. It came out
plus 235.
Yeah. But all signs point to him playing.
Okay.
I would like over in the Bengals Steelers.
I do like. That's what I was thinking. But if he doesn't play, then I like the under.
Right.
Because we saw Mason Rudolph, and I think they switch over to Duck Hodges halfway through a game if it's not going well with him, and I don't see a lot of points there. This is why it's tricky. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take the Saints -9.5. The 49ers without Jimmy G, with Jimmy G, they can be bad, but without him, they're just trash. And I think the Saints are rolling right now. Drew Brees, I think, has found his noodle arm rhythm where he can make it work. So I like them -9.5.
Zach, with your bonus, Houston Cleveland over 49.
Mm-hmm.
You love that.
Yes.
But isn't that fit in with your Buffalo Arizona under? Is when you love a total, you switch it.
Right. But that one was more of a feeling, whereas I had a lot more reason with.
If it's
Houston,
a gut feeling,
yeah.
then it's you switch. Okay,
Right.
That works. All right, tease and thank you. How about this 5-team teaser that pays out plus 265? I'm in love with it. Giants, they're up to 10.5, so we're going full 7-point teaser since we have so many teams. Giants up to 10.5 at home against the Eagles, easy.
Yep.
Eagles aren't gonna blow them out. Carolina plus 12.5 at home against Tampa Bay. Teddy Two Gloves you don't give double digits to. Kansas City made that mistake. They're damn near done. They almost done there with that field goal at the end. Done there. Next one, Buffalo. We tease them up.
Yep.
Through all the key numbers, up to +9 in Arizona. Like them outright. Then we tease New Orleans down to 2.5. 7 points. They just got to beat Nick Mullins by a field goal in the dome. And lastly, we're taking Baltimore all the way down to pick 'em against New England. Baltimore -7. I love pick 'em. plus 265. Put that in your pocket.
Can I give you guys a teaser I have too? Just because I like this. I also have a 6-team 7-point teaser.
I'm betting both of them.
I have the over in tonight's game, so you better get it in quick. 41.5 I got it at.
I'm taking that out because I do have the over in something else already.
Okay, take that out and replace it with yours.
It's done.
Washington football team against the Lions with Alex Smith comeback story plus 10.5.
Now he's on Alex Smith.
And now he's on. I'm on it.
I mean,
right.
are the Lions gonna beat the Washington football team by 2 touchdowns with Alex Smith?
Hold the hell on. Buffalo just ticked up to 2.5 in Arizona. If that thing gets to 3 somehow, holy. All right.
Where's the cheese?
Keep going.
Houston Texans plus 10 against the Browns. I like them plus 3. I like them more plus 10. Buffalo Bills.
This is a 7-point?
Yeah.
So Washington would be 11.5.
Now. Yeah, I made this early.
Okay, and Houston would be 10.5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Bills plus 9. Now I guess 9.5.
Yeah.
Seahawks plus 8.5 against the Rams, and the Ravens pick them.
Love it.
Do you? Do you like it?
I do like that. The only reason I didn't put Seattle in mine, because that's a perfect game to tease at 1.5. Same with the Chargers, is because last year when the Seahawks played the Rams, I had the Seahawks teased to plus.
That was a monster.
Seahawks teased to plus 8 and the over teased to 40.5. Seahawks kicker missed an extra point that would have pushed the total to 41, and then Russell Wilson threw a deep ball interception that would have got my plus 8.
Scotty's. I found out what Scotty's love language is. It's words of affirmation. He just wants to hear you tell him that you like his bets.
Oh, that is my love language. I took a test.
Who doesn't want to? Yeah.
I took a test last month. That is actually my love language. So Zach, you nailed
I could give a shit about words of affirmation. I'm the touchy one. Like
Zach,
a girl
the words
my
coming
dick.
out of your mouth isn't affirmation. So I don't give a fuck what you're saying right now.
Scotty, I love that teaser.
Thanks, dude. I also have a fuck yeah, dude. I'm putting more money on it. I also have a parlay I want to run by you guys, but we could do that off air.
All right. No, just go.
All right. Well, I have the Titans
He gets
minus.
to run through his parlay, then I get to run through my 8-team ticket.
my God.
Well, Zach, let's do it. Let's do it based on who has more money on the line. I guarantee you, it's me.
Oh. Never mind.
So I have the Titans minus 125 because I'm an idiot and bet it early.
Whoops.
Oh, yikes.
The Bills plus 2.
When you love a line, you love a
and
line.
the Seahawks just money line to win 450.
How much did you lay?
That's it. 3 units.
You laid 450. Oh.
Oh God.
It's plus
All
that
right,
that
well, let's
alone
go.
right there, bro, is plus 604.
Yeah, because you took Tennessee as a small money line, Buffalo's
Yep.
spread, and Seattle as a plus money line.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
Best of luck. All right,
BOL.
snake draft pick 'em. Zach and I pulling away while Scotty drifts into third.
Yay, old money.
The old money line. Scotty, you went 2-2 last week.
Good God.
You hit on Houston, you hit on Tennessee, you lost Tampa Bay, and you lost the Chargers. Zach, you hit KC, you hit Baltimore, you hit the Raiders, and you lost Washington. I hit Pittsburgh, New England, Minnesota, and lost Arizona. All right. So Zach, second pick. Scotty, first pick. I'm last. Here we go. Scotty.
What's the records? Did you say the records?
Zach and I are each 26-10, and you're 22-14. 4 games back.
This is a tough slate. I'm taking Green Bay over Jacksonville.
You bitch.
You bitch. You fucking would.
This is a tough slate though, other than like the top 3 games.
This has some barking dogs in
Nolans. Taking Nolans.
it over San Fran.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will take.
Baltimore.
Huh?
Baltimore.
I'm gonna take Baltimore second, just so
Okay.
I don't pick it my first pick. I'm gonna take. Let's go Pittsburgh over Cincinnati, and then Baltimore over New England.
I'm gonna take Tampa over Carolina.
I'm gonna start taking
Scotty's
games.
2 picks.
I'm gonna start taking games that are a little bit closer because those are the ones that like we're like, oh, how the fuck did we not think about that? So I'm taking the next one. I'm gonna take is Buffalo over Arizona.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to be taking fuck me. I'm going to take some games that I think are going to be games here. Oh, fuck me. Seattle over the Rams.
That field is made of field.
Yep, it's a field. All right, Zach.
Shit. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. God damn it. I'm gonna go with the Lions. Detroit over Washington football team.
Okay, I will go
Cleveland. Take
Cleveland.
it, pussy.
Cleveland over Houston.
1v1 me, you pussy.
And my last pick, we're going to go with the Raiders over the Broncos. Zach.
Keep sleeping on us.
Zach?
I'm gonna take the Dolphins over LA.
Okay. Scotty, last pick.
Did you guys take Tampa Bay already?
Yeah,
Yes, I
Zach,
did.
second round.
Fuck.
You've
You
got-
took Pittsburgh already?
You've
Yeah,
got
that
Tennessee.
was my first
You've
round
got
pick.
Tennessee. You have Tennessee and Indianapolis. You have Texans, Browns.
Oh yeah, I'm taking Tennessee.
Okay. Listen to your heart.
And for the first time, we'll put the Thursday night game in Snake Trap Pick'em.
I think my new strategy is just going to pick teams with good records. Because I mean, like Green Bay, Buffalo, Seattle,
That's why I picked the
Tennessee.
Dolphins.
Come on, guys.
That's what sometimes, Scotty, you're like, Louisville against Notre Dame? Notre Dame -9? Louisville's won one game. That's the extent of the
Yeah.
All right, good picks, fellers. We'll go into...
You think?
Yeah, I think your picks are
Thanks,
like
dude.
amazing, dude.
Fuck.
Don't make me act up.
I'm gonna parlay Scotty's picks
Thanks,
just
Daddy.
on the money line. Green Bay to win, Buffalo to win, Seattle to win. The problem is,
Dude, that might pay out. That have a
it's
great
gonna pay
payout.
out a fuckload. 20 to win, 180 plus
I'm
901.
bet it right now. Do it
Yeah.
right now.
Okay, we'll go into.
Did you do it?
To win just $180.
Yeah,
Just?
just.
The fuck, you hate
right,
money?
Plus 900.
Yeah, I thought it would be more than that.
Well, one of them's Green Bay, which is minus
Oh,
835.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just leave Green Bay out of it.
Yeah. Better out there than in here. All right, we're going to go with Bachelorette talk, or we'll go treasure talk. Treasure hunt update, I just got new clues.
Okay, cool.
So Zach and I are...
let's
this
Fucking
is
leave
this is
it.
going to take 30 seconds, Scotty.
Yeah.
Zach and I got
Yeah, better. You're on the clock.
a word scramble puzzle, some diary entries, and we just got more clues I haven't looked at.
And a map.
Some more diary entries and a map. So treasure hunt
You
starts...
guys gonna wear fucking pirate hats?
I'm gonna be Boots, and you can be Dora,
That's fine.
and we're gonna kill a fox.
Okay.
What am I gonna be? The fucking viewer?
You're going to be Swiper from Columbus. No swiping our money because you didn't help. All right. We're not going to win. Here we go. Bachelorette talk. Should we end with Bachelorette talk? And real quick, Zach, mention what food challenge you're going to do right after we get done recording, and that'll be on our YouTube channel tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know they have like these party packs at McDonald's now, where it has like for like catering events, or if just like a family meal or something like that. And so I thought, yeah, I could probably just eat that by myself. And it's the Big Mac pack. And
Is that the one you're doing?
yeah?
Okay.
It's 2 Big Macs, 2 medium fries, and 20 nuggets.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to see if I can get that. What kind of time frame you want to put on that?
What do you think, Scotty?
30
I
minutes?
was going to say 20.
20? Oof.
Yeah, I
'Cause-
like that.
I like 20 minutes because, A, it's less.
And you have somewhere. I have somewhere to be.
But
Wait,
also, you're
run,
gonna,
run down the food again.
2 Big
Run down
Macs,
the
2
food.
medium fries, and 20 nuggets. I think you're going to get a Big Mac
Easily 20.
and some fries down super fast, and then you're going to have to manage your time well after that. 30 minutes is too much.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Two Big Macs and a 20-piece nugget you can finish probably in 10 to 15 minutes. Easily.
Yeah. I think so too.
Easily.
I think
and then
20's
he's just
fair.
got what, a couple
The strategy
fries.
is where
That's
do I
it.
start though?
Yeah.
Do I start with the fries.
Well,
the
do you have a
easy
drink
ones?
too? Because that's usually kind of shitty.
No, there's no drink.
No
in there.
drink.
Mm-mm.
My diet, Dr. Kelp. All right. We'll go into Bachelorette talk.
Wet
Remember,
drink.
look on our YouTube, and we'll tweet out the video too when Zach's done. All right. Bachelorette talk, episode 4 and 5, the meat.
Pick out his casket.
Episode 4.
So disappointing.
Yeah. Okay, Claire gets engaged. They do get engaged. And,
They tease
Yeah, like,
with
they're
the
in love. What the fuck?
crying and the like he was maybe gonna say no, but it was her just being a bitch about not wanting to tell the other guys.
basically. Yeah, she was crying because she told the other guys and
Yeah.
how great all the other guys were, even though she probably only talked to like 10 of them. Yeah, episode 4 was such a tease.
Yeah.
Is that all we got?
For episode 4, I mean, yeah, and then at the end, I thought, leading into episode 5, I thought they brought this chick in and it's like, all right, full steam ahead with these guys that are left, and they're like, and then Chris Harrison comes in, and fucks everything up like he does. It's like, surprise, bitches, there's 4 more people.
Zach, you had a funny comment. It was like when Dale was about to propose, and what if Blake came in with like flowers during the proposal? He's like, "You wanted me to be bold."
Yeah, episode 5 was, I liked episode 5.
I liked episode 5 a lot.
What do you think of the new people?
Don't like Spencer.
Spencer can eat literal shit. I hate
Spencer
this guy so much.
Yeah. So here, I
already
like.
looked up who won.
I hate to be the guy in the turtleneck who tries to make a first impression, and then Chris Harrison's like, "Here are 15 other dudes with 6-packs and jawlines that can cut glass." Well, 4 other dudes, because I thought they were gonna have a full 15 more people come in. What's the point of 4 extra people? I don't get it.
There isn't.
They just needed to add a...
Dramatic.
My biggest takeaway was I automatically hate every other new guy.
Yeah.
And that wasn't something I expected. It just came to me when they
I was
said
like,
they were
these
four-
are
Nice
our
mustache,
boys.
loser.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that dude.
We didn't get Annie Bennett until the post credits.
Annie Bennett.
Until the post credits, and he was just making fun of mustache guy.
Well,
but
actually,
he was saying what we were all thinking.
we did get some Bennett. Excuse me. Actually, real quick, they're from all over the country. So if they do get engaged, who moves where? Is that just something they
They
decide?
probably
later?
all go to
Yeah,
California.
Probably
they
all go to
decided.
California.
Hey,
Okay.
you know what can I tell you guys what my favorite part of the episode was?
Yeah.
Was when they were talking, that defense attorney or whatever was asking her what she does, and she's like, "Oh, like I travel the world like for beauty and pleasure." I'm just like, "Bitch, what?"
Yeah,
So
she's
what do you
like,
do?
She's probably just an
Basically,
Instagram
A
model.
professional liver in the moment. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Imagine being a beautiful woman. What kind of life do they get to have? It's crazy.
yeah,
Well-
can't they're not doing Big Mac challenges on Thursday night.
we did get some Bennett because, of course, Spencer gets the first impression rose, which is like, that's kind of for clout, like to mix things up, which I get. Like, I love it. It would have been boring if like someone already there got it, but now you have an immediate rivalry with Spencer. But I just thought it was funny that Spencer gets the first impression rose, and Bennett says it like this. He's like, "Congratulations, Spencer." Like he was like, I don't know, the most sarcastic congratulations ever, where he's also planning Spencer's death.
Well, Riley with the heat again on Spencer. He's like, "You're a dick."
Riley comes for throats.
Yeah.
And that was later
Well,
on.
yeah, he fucking elbowed him in the face.
Called him
Well, that
lunch
was-
meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my favorite insult ever. Was called him
but
lunch
he
meat
said
to his face.
in the interview, and then he said it out loud. I'm like, bro, you be like, how often do you use that comeback though?
But
Kinda sus.
do you overuse it? But Spencer actually, he's like, I said, "You got me to thank, or I'm thanking you for my broken ribs." And Spencer's like, "If you need any more, let me know." I'm like, "Okay." I was like, "Oh, Spencer." But then I was like, I was on Spencer for like a minute because he said that. But then when he got the one-on-one time with what's her new name? The name?
Tasha.
Bachelorette?
Tasha.
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 Excuse me. When he gets the one-on-one time with Tasha, he's like,
Tasty.
when you checked on me during the game, that was so sweet. I was like, dude. I was like,
He was definitely milking it
What
over
a
there.
chump.
yeah.
What a fucking sus, dude.
yeah. He's like, give me a side kiss because my other lip looked like he had dip in.
Yeah.
The
Show
guy
me
who leaves,
how on would you be, Spencer, if he had did?
Oh my god, I'd be so on Spencer. It wouldn't be funny.
Your head would spin.
Yeah, I'd be so on Spencer so fast your head would spin. And the guy who leaves, Jason, because he's like, I'm in love with Claire. Like, I get it. But it's a total bro moment because he's just like, he's kind of sad about leaving, but he's mostly sad about leaving the guys. Yeah. He's like, I love you guys. And then the other guy's like, you're such a stronger man walking out of here. Jason's like, appreciate it, bro. I just found that funny.
It's like, how I could not imagine like being a 37-year-old man or something, like however old he is, and crying over a woman I've known for 2 weeks.
Right. But you can't imagine a 39-year-old getting engaged to a guy she's known for 2 weeks. I guess you could.
Yeah.
And then the episode ends with the Brendan and Tasha, excuse me. It's going to take some time. They're on their one-on-one date, and Chris Harrison running.
Chris Hansen showed up?
Okay. Chris Harrison running is exactly what I expected, the way he runs.
Yeah.
And Brendan with the all-time first date line, how are your butt cheeks feeling?
Hell yeah.
While he's just like begging for a kiss.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, gelato. And he's like, oh, kiss me. And Brendan, he turns into Mr. Frontrunner, I think, because that's a divorced gang. It's like that. We're both divorced.
Yeah.
How about that?
Divorced.
Bunk of the week. The Bachelorette production crew for setting off fireworks in California in the summer when the heat is insane.
Tough.
You're just gonna have they already
burn
have
some
issues
more
with
forests.
And
fuck. Damn it.
I mean the one thing. Tasha does have a. She cancels the rose ceremony because she's just like, let's all start clean.
Yeah.
But there was just a point in there where she's talking to Chris Harrison, and she's like, I generally think this is where the rose ceremony starts. And Chris Harrison has wine in his hand. He's like, he's basically like, who the fuck knows anymore? Like, sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
I love how he's just like sprinting between stops.
That's what I said.
Him
running is exactly what I thought it would look like. The only thing we haven't touched on is we have a Dale and Claire sit down in episode 5.
Yeah.
And so Chris Harrison, what's
Would
next?
you think they were gonna come on and be like, they're like, yeah, so everybody thinks that you guys knew each other from the start. You think they're just gonna say, yep, you caught us?
Yeah, right. Well, you already gave it.
What? You have no proof? Oh, got me.
You already bought the ring. I like Chris Harrison. What is next? Before Dale can even utter a word. Babies.
And he's like, what?
And he's like,
Chris Harrison got the blow up balloon head meme after that one. Like, what?
Yeah. Dale's like, we're gonna get married first, and Claire's like, whatever happens, happens.
So,
like,
bitch.
Oh god.
Have you guys talked about this? Okay, but my
I think Tasha's gonna scare people off. She wants 5 kids.
Yeah, that's tough.
So does a
Which
lot of other
Brendan
people,
may be okay with because he's a big. But all those
Brendan's
other
kind of a
dudes there,
simp.
Yeah, but all the rest of those guys there, you honestly think Bennett wants to have 5 fucking kids?
Shelby, that's my favorite analysis.
He hears that, he's halfway out the fucking
of the
door.
episode. Yeah, Brendan's kind of a simp.
Brendan's kind of a simp.
Tag that.
Hey,
Tag that.
Cut that out of the episode.
I have a final lasting impression of the episode. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So my favorite part of the episode was when Max Kellerman made fun of David Gettleman for not wearing a mask, even though he's a cancer survivor.
A couple notes I didn't think of. I liked the basketball competition in the pool where the guy has the ball and Chris Harrison's just like, he's afraid to shoot, and the guy ends up passing. It's like that guy must like punch himself later. Like Chris Harrison just called me afraid to shoot. And then Blake losing competitions will never get old,
right?
Because he just looks like he's pissed at the world. It's like, oh, another walk of shame. And I can just imagine Yosef at home like watching Bachelorette with his daughter. Like, I was on this show. And then the Speedo competition. He's like,
yeah.
Can you imagine if you had to see this?
And
if your daddy was on this? Where's that girl from Morgantown?
Next week they're oiling up. They're oiling him up so it only gets worse.
Yeah.
But Yosef had stayed.
That's it for 5. And episode 6 looks spicy.
It does.
Because I just found out the Tool pasty looking dude with the
mustache?
Johnny Bravo. No, the Johnny Bravo.
Yeah,
who we were
yeah.
He looks like a backup tight end.
Yeah.
His name's Ed. So his name's Ed. We found out who he is.
Okay.
But she gets called a smoke show by Lips McGee, and then there's
Jason.
Not to be confused with Jason. There's some breakfast in bed, and there's some oiled up wrestling, and
Somebody hops a fence.
That's true.
Nobody leaves the octagon.
Yeah. Okay.
2 men enter, 1 whore leaves.
Is that our show?
That's our show.
All right. Cue it up. Pleasure Island.
Alright, here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave, where the dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.
All those
Brendan's
other
kind of a
dudes there?
simp.